Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Red Cord. This is Nikita, and today we are going to be looking at what has shifted because there has been a tremendous amount of shift, change. There have been certain debacles, tower moments, especially where in situations where the divine masculine has been receiving the guidance but has chosen to ignore or has been dragging his feet. There has been a lot of magical stuff happening for the divine feminines as well as the masculines. So we are going to take a look. Of course, there are a ton of physical symptoms that are going on for the divine feminines. There have been injuries, there has been fever. For a whole bunch of you, there might have been issues with menstrual cramp like feelings. There can be heaviness or pain in the breast. There can be a sense of detachment or not feeling very emotionally connected to anyone, including your masculine. um, there has been throat issues for quite some time now with mucus or feeling like there's something stuck. Right now, suddenly as I started recording, my throat has gone very dry. So a bunch of the divine feminines are also repurging from their heart chakra and upper heart chakra. For the other, if you're going through the heart chakra, then you might have already gone through or you will go through it a bit later. The energy essentially is flowing from top to bottom and then rising. It's going in circulation. For those who are in extreme balance, it can feel very swift. But for those who are cleansing and coming into balance, mastering, and the likes, it could happen over days and weeks. Okay, so essentially, any of the chakras, instead of getting worked up about the symptoms, now you are aware enough what it correlates to. So eat foods that balance it out, listen to healing music, use that color, light the candles of that color. If you can see over here, I have lit today the yellow candle because for a whole lot of divine feminines, it's the solar plexus, and here is a vanilla white, which is the crown chakra. So I have lit these two candles for the balance of both divine masculines and feminines. But this for sure is, for the entire collective, that the balance is going on. But like I was saying, it's moving from top to bottom. So like a couple of weeks ago, there was huge amount of sacral chakra activity, which can sometimes be translated as huge amount of sexual appetite, or those kind of urges really getting the better of you. And then it kind of subsided and the feminine got busy again with her base chakra, and now it's back to downloads and the blurry vision and needing to sleep as she's assimilating. And it's going in that circle, and you can see how quickly it's moving through you. Some of the newer energies are a little difficult to integrate, so be patient with yourself, because new symptoms might happen or new aches and pains, and especially in joints, limbs. Like one of the new symptoms I experienced about a week or 10 days back was like in the thighs or in certain places. It felt like after you worked out for quite some time, how you feel, there's this heaviness and you can't move. another step, that kind of heaviness, but not exactly a cramp, not exactly painful. So those are some of the symptoms. There is sudden sporadic amount of sneezes going on whenever you are something is happening with your third eye, especially if you're clearing your sinuses. There's a very new thing that's definitely there. That anytime you are in the presence of, or your twin flame is in the company of someone who's very toxic, very negative, very, very low energy, and is someone who's siphoning off the positive energies from one or both of you, your skin might break out, especially on your face, like pimples or whatever, those kind of things. So be careful, please. That I had posted on Instagram as well. I'm reminding you, at these times, make sure you are cleansing, releasing, that entire shielding of yourself every day, several times a day, cord cutting, go for energy work, Reiki healing, any of those long distance ones, even just get those done very regularly, like more regularly than your facials and your manicures. This is right now quite important. Let's pull one overall. It's already jumped out, but I'll pull out one more. An overall thing for the what is the reading for today. Okay, we'll take them all. And for the divine masculines or the masculine collective, there has been a lot of headaches, sudden postponement of things that they expected that it will happen. They have been rather stuck in a weird energy of not being able to gauge what their soul and the insides know, but the brain is still not fully grasping what it means. Now they know what the intuition is telling them, but they still hesitate, or not hesitate. They use their logic that yes, I will do it, but I will do it once this, or as per their timetable, their logic dictates the following of the guidance, the intuition. They are not able to give up or recondition their brain from the old conditioning of understandings, and that is really tearing them apart. Not knowing but not knowing how to give up the past, that is creating a huge amount of stress and discord in them. Their fear of how they will be perceived by their family members, their friends, their social circle, their peers is really boiling up for them. Though they are trying to be communicative or express themselves, they are not really doing a good job, let's say, and a lot of the divine feminines are not putting up with the BS. They have learned their lessons of this is not the time to settle or be okay with breadcrumbs, or settle for being dishonored, allow behavior which is dishonoring, be a part of secrets and lies and deception, and they are just saying no. The divine feminines are like, no, this is not working for me. If it works for you, great. Some might not say it so nicely. There are a ton of feminines who have not done their inner work fully, and so then they are getting triggered in their ego, and calling the divine masculine names, and those kind of things happening, and they are turning into the runner, but the divine masculine collective is not doing the chasing, which then further aggravates the egocentric divine feminine. So it has become a weird cycle, an endless kind of a loop. Oops. Alright, this. Oh. So, with the divine masculines, they're also feeling the need to sleep a lot. A lot of their work seems to have slowed down. They are not seeing the financial prosperity till they are taking the leap of faith. They are facing a lot of tower moments, and where they are busy keeping secrets and stuff. It's almost like karma catching up, but those of you who are happy about that, you need to check within yourself, because you shouldn't be feeling happy when a part of you is getting punished. If you genuinely understand this twin flame journey, they are you. So it wouldn't thrill you that they're getting bad karma. But yes, what is exciting is lessons are not that subtle anymore. So let's just pull out a few more. I want to just check in the collective overall masculine and feminine, the twin flame collective, for those who watch my channel or who resonate with my messages, who are on the same wave as me, or the three templates that I seem to be mentoring. Let's see what that collective overall energy right now over the next few days is going to be. Like I said, there has been a lot of shifts. There's been a need for both masculines and feminines to rest, to plan, to get organized, to go back into your corners, like in a boxing ring, in a boxing match, where they have had to just go back to their rings and before the next bout. Let's hope it's a friendly match, if you get my drift. And what else? The dreams have been showing a lot of people the other dimension. If you are doing the other dimension work, or you're a dream walker, which I am, you are getting very strange dreams. You are probably not seeing people you know in this lifetime, and you're seeing different timelines which you may not have at all lived or even thought of. Or then there are others who are focusing on building their careers, gaining their financial stability, and they need to heal their body. They need to work on their health. They need to be working on figuring out what their life mission is, what they are planning to do with this wonderful thing that they have been gifted with, this journey of the twin flame. How are they going to utilize it to make them and people around them better? What kind of paradigms are they breaking and shifting? What changes are they bringing in their own small ways? Even if you're not teaching like 100 people or 10,000 or a million, even by breaking away from certain stereotypes, going in for intercaste marriage, inter-race marriage, inter-country marriage, or not choosing not to get married. As long as you are breaking a certain stereotype or dogma, you're flipping the script. That could be what your life mission is. It doesn't always have to be a grand, big thing. These are the daily small ways you make a difference. When you explain to a woman that she doesn't have to stay in an abusive marriage, and give her the courage no matter which strata she comes from, or encourage someone to pursue their childhood dream no matter what the age, or you are someone who encourages another one to go back to studies, back to school or college, though they are dropped out many years ago. You are doing your job, your life mission. So having said that, I do have a couple of messages for those of you who are my regular clients. And without taking names, one of you had recently sent me a message which came to me very disjointed, and I just want to just show you guys the time right now. Can you see? It's nearly 5 o'clock in the morning. So I am sitting here middle of the night. So if I'm a little sounding weird or something, it's these whenever these downloads start happening and stuff, my nighttime sleep is just gone. It just goes. Okay, so I thought I might as well make this time useful and make this recording. So one of you had sent me a message recently, and it had come all up, broken and bits. But what I pieced together was that maybe your parents are trying to find a match for you and something along those lines. And I just want you to say is keep an open mind. Um, if this journey has taught you anything, it should be don't go in with presumptions that your love of your life has to be like this, or this is how you'll meet, or this is how your love story is going to play out. For the twin flames, there are a whole bunch of experiences that are very, very necessary before you can even actually meet your real twin flame. And don't say no to something just because it sounds something. Oh, but I wanted a love marriage, or I wanted to first fall in love, and as it happens. But if there is someone where you are open and you are willing to meet, and how do you know that is not the person, and this is not how the universe is trying to get you guys to meet, which otherwise would not happen. So just be open minded is what I want to say to you, and never say no uh, to something without first think of it as going on a blind date, rather than thinking of it as an arranged marriage or something. But just because you don't like the concept or the idea, don't reject something, because a lot of times who your type is, or that's one of the things that uh, is broken in the twin flame journey, is you hear most twins say, I would have never been with such a person, or this is not someone I would have chosen for myself. They look so different from my regular type, they behave so different from my regular type. It's true, because you're supposed to let go of all your prejudices and your preconceived notions, and what your type is where your lessons were. you know and if you've learned those lessons, hopefully the next person is going to be brought in differently. How do you know you have something has shifted in your timeline, in your story, in your pattern? Even with twin flames, those of you who are wondering, how will I know if he's genuinely changed, or he's not just saying that just to come back and he'll do the same things again? Is keep your eyes open and your heart and legs shut, for the initial stage when they are coming back. No matter how many times you've had a go, keep your eyes open, and the rest of you kind of I'm not saying closed off, but guarded, a little bit guarded. um, don't just dive in with both feet is what I'm trying to say. And look for what has changed in their life. Have they changed their jobs? Have they changed their mindset? Has their behavior changed? Has it changed towards you? Has it changed superficially? Or has their belief system, mindset, you know, oh, I don't like to read. When someone says they don't like to read or they don't want to know, they are closing their eyes and they're behaving like ostrich because they don't want to be challenged. They don't want to grow. They don't want any new information to come and shake up their firmly established beliefs. For me, that's a big deal breaker, if I might say that. But yeah, sorry for digressing. But what has changed? If in your twin flame template, if your twin is supposed to get over their fear of XYZ things, have they? And what proof can you see in their life? Not that you have to tell them, you're not there to teach them or make decisions on their behalf. The change, if they are your genuine twins and you have done your inner work thoroughly, if you see changes in your core system, in your core, you will automatically see a growth in them. And if you change from within you, things in your outer life, be it your job, your choices, the way you dress, the way you behave, um, the way, if someone who has always blamed someone else for everything, the biggest change will be they will take responsibility for where all they are at fault or where they had effed up before, and they will come in a humble way and ask how they can make it okay. They will not come in arrogantly and just assume you're going to be there and behave like a complete D all over again. Okay, so let's get started with the overall energy. This was the one that had flown out, and it is, oh my god, the soulmate, the penguins. And this kind of, if I was to look at it, penguins, when they fall in love, when they find their mate, he does get her pebbles. Did they come, when they come back, have they come with a peace offering? Or are they still just talk and no action? Are they still making the same excuses? Then nothing has changed. Then they need more time, and you need more time to heal, to evolve, to grow, even if it's just your level of patience or your level of trust on this journey, or if it is you getting an indication, this is where I got triggered, and so this is where I need to work on myself more, or this is where I saw my twin mirroring, and hence that means I also need to work on this area of my life. So that's how you're supposed to deal with this twin flame journey, and this is not a sprint. Please remember that this is going to last you not just this lifetime, it's an eternity thing. So if you're thinking that, oh, but my marriage age is passing me by and I've not met my twin, that's not written anywhere. Or that we've been together for 2 years and it's been on and off, and then he disappeared for 8 months and there's nothing. Yeah, it could happen after 20 years. You'll feel the connection, you'll have synchronistic moments, you might meet, you might see each other across the road, whatever, depending on what your soul needs to wake you both up and take you the length of the journey. So don't be in I keep saying this, but people seem to keep forgetting this. It is not something like with the soulmates, where it is not so complicated and a whole bunch of lessons. First the karmics, then the soulmates. Soulmates are there since childhood, like friends, as teachers, your favorite grandparent or your parents, sometimes your siblings. And if you have lived previous lifetimes, they are your soulmates. So with them, learning those lessons are easier. It's like doing a mock interview with your parent or your best friend or your favorite teacher before you go for an actual interview, because it's a lot more easier. And yet when you fumble or you don't know how to answer, they help you understand what you should have said or how you should have handled a certain question. So that when your twin comes, even though everything flies out of the window initially, you will come back and remember your lessons. Okay, so a lot of these things don't happen chronologically, and you know that, okay, in a linear order. Sometimes they can all happen quite fast and rapid and overlap, karmic and soulmate and a karmic twin flame, and you know, ton of stuff happens together. But it's nice to know what energy you're dealing with so you can deal with it appropriately and not make everything about you. Don't make everything about you and take it personally that that person is behaving like this because they don't love me. It could just be they are dealing with things on their end which has nothing to do with you. You know, we all would love it if we were the center of the entire galaxy or the Galactic Federation, but unfortunately, we are not. Okay, so Yang has come out, but it did come out in reverse, and I am going to keep it that way. Alright, time to go has come out in reverse. Are they all in reverse? No, they're not. Okay. Flexibility is in reverse. Between worlds is in reverse. And the only one upright is peace. Okay. So what I am seeing here is if you need a validation about are you with someone with whom you have a very deep sacred connection, no matter what the label is. Yes, is the masculine energy. And do remember, we all carry the feminine and masculine energies. So if the person in your relationship who's carrying the masculine energy is topsy-turvy, you might be experiencing it either in your body or some aspect of your life as well. For example, your professional life, or you're no longer the go-getter as you think or you usually are, things like that. Okay, so there is something where the masculine seems to know it's time to go ahead. They know the instinct, the intuition, everything is telling them, come on, ready, steady, go, you know, but they are not being able to take that step, is the first message coming to me, because they are not being able to be flexible, change their perspective, or see things from a new way. And even though they are very fully aware of it, it has entered the energy space already, but they are not able to do or act on it, like I said in the beginning of this video. And what that is doing is they're not being able to make a complete transition into the 5D and beyond, be it 6D, 7D, wherever the divine feminine has reached. They are stuck between the 3D and the new where they're supposed to go. Though they are unhappy, the past is colorless, it has become meaningless, it has no joy for them, there's no passion left over there, they don't even have a desire to put in energy and effort there, but they're not able to walk away completely from it. Alright, so if you are resonating with this, just take a look. What is keeping you stuck? Is it a fear? What kind of fear? Where are you not being able to be flexible? The good thing is, regardless of this, something new is getting birthed. And see, the throat chakra, something is going on with the divine masculines. They're not being able to speak up for some reason. So something new is being born right now out of this, and for that there is a need or a creation of peace. There's a truce that is being called at this time, and that will lead to the change that is supposed to come about. There is a truce right now. Everybody has been sent to their different corners, like I said, so that this switching off, the yang taking the forward movement, being flexible, and transitioning from one dimension to the other in their consciousness and anchoring it into their physical reality can happen in peace. Let's put it that way, without feeling harrowed and pushed and nagged and so many expectations, all of that. And a lot of the feminines may be going through exactly the same thing but in a different area of their life. All right, so that is what why so many cards came out for the energy overall. The chakras right now being worked on, I started off by telling you that is the solar plexus. Yes, forgiveness is very, very required for yourself, for your parents, for anyone who's wronged you, and especially for your twin flame. And just saying the words is not enough. When there is resentment, grudges, or anger, or they have resurfaced, well, go in again and start the work again. Alright, that's very, very important, to see everyone involved with the eyes of compassion. Allow inner growth to happen so that you can be the bigger person. You can let go of what happened in the past without bringing it up again and again. And not only that, if for some time there needs to be um, and I don't know what is the duration of some time over here, but if you need to let go, please let go of the person, not the connection. The connection is always there. So if you need to move on with your life, make your decisions without waiting for someone that, but I can only marry when my twin comes to me, or I will marry once I've gotten over. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I will take up a job, or I can't move to another country because what if he comes back? Well, he'll catch up. He'll figure it out, right? Don't stop your life because you're waiting. And then comes the sacral chakra. I have been telling you this is an energy which you may want to indulge yourself. You may be attracted to good smells, indulgent food, you know, slow music. You may be buying yourself clothes or cosmetics, going out with your friends, dancing, painting, watching movies, doing any kind of creative projects, any and all of that. Just indulging in beauty and sensuality, but also feeling the sexual urge. And again, crown chakra, so a lot of downloads. So you may feel piercing headaches, drowsiness, heaviness, blurry visions. All of that might be coming out. So take care of yourself, do your affirmations for the and all the chakras, ground yourself, shield yourself every day. Okay, I'm just checking for some additional messages for the collective before we go into any more. What is required at this time is to be patient with the changes that are occurring and to say no to temptations. So you may be considering, should I just go out with someone else, or I don't know what temptations, addictions, anything. It can be over shopping, overeating, over drinking, drugs, any form of addictions. Just resist your temptations. The third eye as well, like I said, all of them. Yes, what is definitely coming, and there's a 666. You might be seeing that sequence. You might be seeing 555, 1111. I have been seeing triple sevens, 4 sevens, triple threes, 1111. So a lot of these numbers have been repetitively been coming, but here is 6, and here's 6. That is love, harmony, peace, all the good stuff. But what is coming up is a lot of nostalgia and memories of love, both for divine masculines and feminines, may be different forms or different memories might be coming up, or the reasons for it might be different, but both of you might be telepathically connecting without realizing. You may be thinking of each other at the same time, and you are really missing each other at this time. Okay, only one card has come out in reverse, which is accelerated motion. Now, what has happened was there was an energy, there was an inertia that kind of had made it feel like there's going to be accelerated motion, but because of certain things, I don't know if it, um, the divine masculine had a kind of debacle and couldn't follow through, is my way of looking at it. Another reader or another way show might have a different way of looking at it. I'm not blaming the divine masculine, but I have a feeling that it suddenly came because of here they couldn't change something in their life which they knew they had to, and that it's time, ready, steady, go. The gun was fired, but they did not take off. And so now they are being lined up again at the starting point of the race. And so this has, excuse me, it's a very accurate interpretation, I guess. And so that is why the accelerated motion card has come reverse, where the feminine is waiting for that motion or the movement to occur. But I would suggest, don't wait. You keep doing your thing and go ahead. There may be a lot of messages or texting or something of that nature which may occur, but just stay focused, do your own thing, work on with Ho'oponopono, and keep doing your inner work. Please keep clearing and balancing your chakras and shielding and grounding every day. And again, the sacral chakra card has come out for the second time. So this energy is going to hit you, and you may feel a lot of pain in your reproductive organs, even your bosom. It's going to feel heavy and painful, almost pregnancy like symptoms. There was a phase I went through recently where I felt I was literally nesting. That was something I had done when I was pregnant 16 years ago. And I was preparing for my son to be born, and I was busy getting things ready and buying things and food items, and what nesting is. So I felt that very similar energy happening, and there was this thing in me to clear out, to organize, to do a decluttering, as well as purchasing of certain food items and stacking up my larders and things like that. So there was a huge amount of nesting energy which now may be coming into the collective. So if you are feeling like that, and then you are feeling weird cramps out of the blue in your uterus or something, yes, please, if it is unbearable or it is something that feels serious to you, by all means take your medical practitioner's advice. However, I personally feel any medicine that is made from chemicals does hamper your ascension. So if you could go for naturopathy, Ayurveda or homeopathy, it would support your journey rather than hinder it or cause a complete blockage. So again, go with your belief systems, what resonates with you. There is no hard and fast one rule that applies to all. If you have implicit faith in a certain medicine, well, then it's always about our belief systems along with our intentions, right? So there's so much resistance today. And I'm feeling like I am on fire. I'm channeling so fast. If you did notice, even the cards, they pretty much supported what I was saying. So yeah, let's check in Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and Common Energies. I'm going back to my very old format. While I am shuffling, I would like to make a request. Please do give my video a thumbs up and please do drop in the comments. I'm planning to make a video to answer about letting go. So, how, when, and why is what I will be covering in the video about letting go. But I would really appreciate more queries from you, so if you could put them in the comments. Any other medium of replying, I will not accept them as valid entries. So if you want your question answered, please put them in the comment box below. And if you haven't subscribed as yet, I would greatly appreciate if you would please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell that appears after you have subscribed, so that you get a notification whenever I upload my video. For example, I'm recording this, what's the time now? It's 5:15. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. So it's 5:15, and so obviously by the time I'm done with this reading, I don't think I'll have the energy left to upload it right away. So I might be uploading it during the day tomorrow. So if you would like to get notifications when my videos get uploaded, you'll have to hit the notification bell, and it also comments and likes keeps me in the newsfeed because of the algorithms of YouTube, and as of now I have zero visibility. So, and I do not like to share my videos on too many sites, because then the moderators there, they might look at it as, oh my god, you know, somebody's promoting their channel or something. And besides, I have really set the intention that those who these messages are meant for, may they be guided here or led here to my channel. And for that, I need my soul tribe to be with me, support me on this. And you can please share it in any of the twin flame groups where you find a question with, and in this reading you find the answer. I have already answered it, or there's a theme in today's reading and you see a lot of people asking about it on some channel, so you can share it there. Or what was I saying? I'm sorry, I'm channeling. Yeah, so sharing and liking and commenting greatly helps. Okay. The Divine Masculine, fresh start. Nostalgia, which was the memory card, and metamorphosis. So the change, like I said, there's something new that is going to be born, and out of that egg, the card here. I, so there is need for peace and quiet, and yes, though they are lost in the nostalgia for the divine feminine, they are holding their heart on a chain literally, but they are also clutching it, and they know the time has come for the fresh start. Um, if you look at this image, they know they want to offer, or rather exchange, their hearts, because they have realized if they want the divine feminine's heart, in return they have to give their own. So they have even got ready for it, but look at the hands. They're still clutching. Should I? Shouldn't I? What if? What if this and what if that? And they are back in their heads about that whole situation. So, what about the divine feminine? Where is she at? Compromise, shadow work, and abandon. So, whereas the divine feminine has been carrying feelings of being abandoned or rejected, and these wounds could have gone down not only to her childhood but to her past lives, she has been busy doing her shadow work and healing these wounds and these feelings of that she was rejected or he left her and went, and she's beginning to understand why certain things had to happen, why it is a process, what she needed to heal. And now, at least within her, there is an union of the masculine and the feminine, because it's compromise is a word I'm not very fond of, because in my head, compromise indicates everyone lost. It's worse than settling in my dictionary. But here, what they are saying is come to the middle ground, or coming on the same page is what this is. Talk it out, share your innermost feelings. Don't be in your egos, is what this card says to me. And that's what the divine feminine is understanding, is that this needs to happen. The common energies between the two of them is, yes, they are definitely still continuing to mirror each other. What are they mirroring? That's unawakened and guide. So, in certain areas where the divine masculine is unawakened, the divine feminine is acting as his guide, and in areas or aspects where the divine feminine is unawakened, the divine masculine is acting as the guide and throwing light on her unhealed aspects. This is brilliant, and you can't, this is, I don't know. You can't make this up. Okay. Now what's happening here is there needs to be a restoration of justice. A lot of the divine feminines have stopped hoping or believing that this justice will ever come, that the balance will be restored. And yes, there is a soul contract here which needs to be fulfilled, which seems to have been rejected or crumpled or thrashed by the divine masculine over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But now, with the realizations, there is going to be coming in a small message of love. However, this is a page of cups, and telling you from my personal experience, The Divine Feminine is not going to be happy with just the Page of Cups. She's going to want more, she's going to expect more, and she's going to slam the door if it just stays at the Page of Cups and no action. And if the page doesn't quickly grow to becoming the king or the emperor. You hear me? The feminine is not going to put up with the page energy this time for too long. I just said that. And the Divine Feminine's cards are the King of Cups, Emotional Mastery, and the Hierophant. Okay, which is for me the sacred commitment, the sacred contract, and the contract has already come out, the soul contract. This is a spiritual contract. This is what she needs from her divine masculine to come not as the Page of Cups but as the King of Cups, because she is working towards or has already reached the level of being the Queen of Cups or the Empress, and she's not liking this page nonsense. That's as simple as that. She doesn't want this nonsense. Grow up, do the needful, or ship out. That's what she's saying to him. And in the mutual energies is Magician. They kind of are both manifesting each other, and success and recognition. They both are actually manifesting success, recognition. Unfortunately, what I'm aware of is she desires it in this connection and he desires it in his material, physical, financial world. Okay? That's what I know, but let's do some clarifications as well. Please tell us more about the Six of Wands with regards to the Divine Masculine. And please tell us about the Six of Wands energy for the Divine Feminine. Ooh! Ooh! I know I shouldn't be happy, but for the Divine Masculine came the Ten of Swords, which just flew there. And for the Divine Feminine came the Ten of Pentacles. Here the card says painful endings, because like I said, the Divine Feminine is just going to walk off if he stays in the Page of Cup energies. And here there is ultimate achievement, and Pentacles means the physical realm, be it finances, career, whatever she's trying to manifest into her material world. Okay, so what action is the masculine? What action is the masculine going to be taking over the next few days? Oh, are there too many? Never mind. First is Eight of Swords, which makes us very unhappy, but immediately after that is the Tower, the divine intervention. So he cannot choose to stay stuck and imprisoned and, oh, I don't know, I can't move, I'm in my head, this is not making sense. Well, no, that's not going to happen. There's an immediate Tower moment. Why? Because like I said in the beginning of the video, they're aware, they know. The only thing is they're not acting on it. Okay, so they are already in the knowledge about the movement, the Chariot, and they know they have missed yet another opportunity which was presented to them because they were being defensive, they were trying to protect something, they were just too scared to take the dive or the leap. And now there's going to have to be this, again, there's going to be a sudden surge, the Eight of Wands that came in reverse. I told you that the energy was supposed to be of this, but had become stalled because of some debacle by the Divine Masculine. And now it's come upright that they have to communicate and they will have to take swift action, because this is coming with their Chariot as well. And If they are not going to, they are going to be again out in the cold, isolated and alone. It can't get clearer than this, can it? Okay. What should the Divine Feminine's action at this time be? What is the best advisement for the Divine Feminines in the action space? Okay. Nine of Wands. Yes, you're tired. This is your last stand. You're feeling exhausted. You're feeling drained. But it's nearly the end of the journey. Because after that is the Divine Partnership, the Two of Cups. If there is a stalemate, there is indecisions, it's because even you need to stop being in your head, judging, thinking, criticizing, getting affected, re-questioning, do I believe, do I not believe? Stop getting in your head about this whole thing. Just keep following your intuition. You have to stay in your Queen of Pentacles energy. I was just telling, with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups, I was saying she's already reached the energy of the Queen. And if you think you haven't, that's where you need to reach, and you need to be nurturing. Okay? Let there be a letting go of any competition, jealousy, of conflict, and where you need to fight for someone's attention. Please don't do that. Why? Because there is a karma revision happening, a review happening, and you will be given an opportunity to make a decision. So for that, you need to let go, deal with your shadow aspects, let go of illusions, fantasies that you may be living in. And for me, the moon also says, what are the fears? What do you fear? Because in the daytime, we walk the same road and we can see clearly, so we are not afraid. But it's usually not knowing what's coming next that puts us very fearful. Not being able to see clearly is what makes us fearful. So, ask for divine guidance and trust it. Surrender your anxiety, your doubts, your fears. Okay, and whatever at this time, because your intuition is very, very sharp and you're downloading a lot, whatever your creative ideas are coming to you, divine guidances are coming to you, please act on them. Please make a note, keep a dream journal, and any ideas that come at this time, take action on that. It may not be related to your divine masculine at all. Alright, so what else are we going to ask about? The shadows, definitely. Masculine, feminine, both. What are the shadows that are being healed, cleared, or worked on at this time? Because a lot of this is now happening autopilot, whether someone is doing it or not, it just takes a bit longer or is more harsher. Most times it comes up in the form of nightmares or physical ailments, accidents, a lot of physical symptoms. So what is being worked on, cleared, healed in the shadow aspects at this time? Divine masculine. Oh yeah, escapist. Was it divine? Masculine, no. Self-indulgence and They're distant. Okay. The divine feminine. And there we go. This is so funny. Okay. So for the divine masculine, he has been used to being an escapist, living in his fantasy world, or not taking responsibility for his emotions, just being, pretending to be footloose and fancy free. But he's the divine masculine. Can you see how the flame is falling directly on top of the image? He's a divine masculine. So right now he seems to be on fire. And this escapist tendency, if any time the things get tough, he gets going in the opposite direction. Well, that is being worked on. He's been very, very selfish, self-indulgent. He has only cared about what he wants when he wants it. Is it convenient for him? Does it suit his purpose? Does it suit his timetable? He has not been a big giver in this connection for most part. And this self-indulgence, this I will look after me and my needs only, and I will give you nothing, and I won't even give you breadcrumbs, and that is being healed and worked upon, as well as the tendency to protect himself by being emotionally distant, not allowing anyone close enough to even help him. He'd rather die in a forlorn place where even his skeleton won't be found, rather than even accept help, emotional or otherwise, so that he's not seen as lesser than, or why do I need to learn from my divine feminine, or anybody else for that matter. I don't need a therapist. God forbid I can ever say to someone I need help. I'm not a human being. I'm a superhero, and I should be able to deal with everything on my own, know everything from my mother's womb. But no, I will not ask for help. I will stay distant. I will protect my heart like it was the Fort Knox, and I'm going to just not allow anyone to come close to me, because that will make me vulnerable. That will mean I might get hurt. And what if they discover I'm so unlovable? I have flaws. Oh my God, I'm a human. So I'll stay away. That's what is being healed. For the divine feminine, she has been trying to drown her sorrows by self-medicating. Be it, like I said, shopping, drinking, partying too much, taking sleeping pills to fall asleep, whatever she's doing, binging on television to numb her senses. She's been medicating on external things. She needs to get over her codependency, not just on people, but on anything that she's using to again escape the pain, escape the feeling of separation, escape the desperations and fears that are surfacing, the doubts that are coming. These are being healed. She's being given signs, synchronicities, validations without actually being put into a union, so that she cannot doubt anymore. Walking away. Now this brought me two messages. One could be there is some of your divine feminines who keep running away and the other is you're being asked to walk away. So take it as it resonates with you in your circumstances. Anyway, for the two of you, what is being healed at this time is the lust factor. So even if you both are twins, this cannot be the only bridge between the two of you. There needs to be honor, respect. You cannot be okay being in the third party, being someone's secret, being someone's part-time choice, being someone, treating someone like they are, pardon my language, but masturbatory aid. This is being healed to for both of them, not to treat themselves or each other or be in this connection just because the sex is great. This relationship, this connection is sacred. It is much more than just the wonderful sex. And this aspect is being healed, and hence the sacral chakra cards came out twice from two different decks. In the divine feminine, as well as maybe some of the divine masculines who are very much in the ego, but divine feminines who have been hurt over and over again, there is a whole bunch of anger or resentment which is slowly turning into a vengefulness, wanting to see your counterpart hurt or be served karma, as a lot of people put it, or wanting to see terrible things happen, wanting that as your proof. That's been healed. And again, pitiful. I'm so helpless. I'm a damsel in distress. I'm a guy in distress. I don't know what to do. I am torn. I am lost. I am stuck. All those. Victim mentality is being healed. No, you're not lost. Just keep walking. Just put one foot in front of the other and you'll be fine. Okay. So, we're going to ask for what are some of the signs your angels and your spiritual team might be using to communicate with the two of you. What are some of the signs and synchronicities that your spiritual team is using to communicate with the two of you? I'm really enjoying today's reading. There are no sounds outside. I feel I'm the only person on this earth. Leisurely pace. I'm not like, oh my god, someone might ring the doorbell. I might have to get up. Is it lunchtime yet? There's no such pressure. So, what kind of signs, synchronicities, messages, divine guidances, divine masculine, divine feminine, and the two of you are being sent by the spiritual team at this time? Divine masculine. Okay. That's quite a lot. For the divine feminine. Oh, I definitely have been seeing a ton of keys for sure. And both of them. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Queen of Hearts. This is so cute. I'm going to share that. Okay. Divine Masculine, what might he be seeing? Orbs of light. They are being introduced to the spiritual realm because they might be shown the sparkly, colorful orbs or bright lights from the corner of their eye or just whizzing past them like tiny, 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 super tiny stars. They might be seeing the signs of Cupid, the statues or charms or pictures of Cupid or heart, any of those love kind of lovey-dovey kind of symbols, and that is kind of trying to remind them of you or is reminding them of you. When they see wine, maybe you're a wine drinker, so it reminds them of you, and they're coming across a lot of good wines or people who are drinking wine or ads of wine, or they've recently received some wine which reminds them of you. If they're seeing spiders or cobwebs, they are being reminded that this is a larger plan. It is not as mundane and small as but I have to see that football match on television on Friday evening. This is much, much, much bigger. This has been set in motion eons and eons ago, years ago, decades ago, thousands of years ago. This has been in motion. This was destined, and it's much bigger than they can even imagine, and they cannot even understand the intricacies of this gigantic web that is being built. It is a cosmic thing. It's a gigantic weave. So they might be seeing a lot of spiders or cobwebs. And apron or service. I'm getting dual messages here. I'm seeing that either they are being prodded to go into service, but also that you might be someone who is doing a lot of spiritual work, is in service with others, and a lot of things are reminding them of you. You could be baking or someone who loves cooking, and some stuff about that could be reminding them, whatever they're coming across of you. The divine feminines, you may be seeing a lot of stuff in the shades of violet and purple and pinks, and these are telling you to listen to your intuition, to stay connected with your higher self, your angels, your guides, your god and goddess, that you need to be present here and now, that you need to ground yourself, to meditate. So a lot of these colors might be surrounding you. If you're receiving gifts, if you buy a dress, you're drawn to the shade of eyeshadow or nail polish, so it might be significant for you. Keys are, for me, every time I would unlock some kind of an what I call the alchemical key or understanding, I would generally see or receive an image of an antique beautiful key. It was amazing. I still receive these images. And smoke. You might be someone who does crime, can see images in water, in fire, reads coffee leaf, tea leaves. You can see the symbols being formed by smoke from the incense sticks, whatever it is, but there might be smoke that comes and suddenly clears your aura, helps you with this, maybe you're being guided to do smudging of your space, burn some sage. I did that just yesterday. So you might be asked to do this kind of using bay leaves, camphor, sage, whatever, to purify the area around you or your own aura. And but this is also something where you might be getting, messages in the way it kind of twirls. For the two of you, you may be seeing symbols or charms or anything to do with swans. For me, swans are lifelong partnership. I also see swans as very graceful on the surface, but paddling like mad, doing a lot of inner work, literally underwater. Hats. This may have some kind of significance, specifically if it's physical hats, but it can indicate that both of you are wearing many hats, playing many roles. Father, brothers, uncle. You might be a mother, a sister, daughter, teacher, mentor, whatever. Multiple roles are being played by both at this time. Okay, you might be seeing images or crossing several bridges, which is kind of a message for your reconciliation. And if you are seeing animals with horns or images of animals with horns, anything to do with horns, it could be a pointer that you're back in your ego and you're doing a power game or fighting for dominance, and cut it out, So let's see what messages do our divine masculines have for us divine feminines. And we'll get a few messages from both the twin flame messages decks and our reading there. I seriously hope you enjoyed today's reading, and if you have, I request you again to please consider subscribing, leaving a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell, and do drop me your questions, your suggestions, any comments, emoticons, whatever you'd like in the comment section below. And if you so feel inclined, I would greatly appreciate if you shared the link to this video on Twitter. I have no idea apart from Twitter and Facebook what else exists out there. But if you are aware and if you could share, I would be ever so appreciative. Messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. If he was in front of you, what would your divine masculine say to you right now? What does the divine masculine have to say to you right now? What does the divine masculine have to say to you right now? I just got caught up in the moment. So the last time you guys were together or communicating, something happened, and it might have been the slippery slope, and so he is wanting to say to you, it wasn't, he didn't expect it to turn into something serious. He was just caught up in the moment, and I still remember the good times we shared. He's missing. That has come out twice. The nostalgia as well as the memories card, right? So what does the divine masculine have to say about what he's feeling towards his divine feminine at this time? If he could honestly, articulately express what he feels for the divine feminine right now, what would he say to the divine feminine? How he feels about her? What does the Divine Masculine say to the Divine Feminine? How does he feel about her? Deep in his heart, in his soul, what does he want to say? You feel like home to me. Okay. What else would the Divine Masculine like to tell the Divine Feminine that he left unsaid? What has the Divine Masculine left unsaid but wants to, wishes to communicate to the Divine Feminine? Okay. No other compares to you. I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. He is maybe completing karma, learning lessons. There's something, maybe he needs to establish himself in the real world, in the physical world, not the real world. And he is hoping you'll understand. What else does the Divine Masculine wish to share? I wish I could take back the things I said. So if he has said hurtful things or negative things or criticized you, he's sorry. I'm not the same person that you remember. So if you remember him as careless, irresponsible, whatever, he's not this. But like I said, look out for actions, look out for what has changed in the physical world before you go on words. Bottom of the deck is something, my hand was like this and I happened to see it, and it says, being apart has been life changing for me. So those of you who've been in separation, that's an extra message that since you walked away, Divine Feminine, that has really affected the Divine Masculine, and it has been kind of life altering, life changing. Like it did come out, there have been tower moments because of the reluctance to change certain things, to not move forward. There have been tower moments in his life, and there has been sudden awakenings and realizations, and he's been asked to go now, to be flexible, to come to the edge, all of that. Okay, anything else you'd like to leave the Divine Feminines with? Any words before we close this reading? Now he gets talkative. You still take my breath away. Oh, isn't that beautiful? He thinks you're gorgeous. You're so pretty and hot, and he'll still take his breath away. I will come back for you. I will make things right between us one day. Now you know why I say don't wait around. I can't take this anymore. There's something he cannot take right now. Can't take this anymore. I don't know why I felt this waiting. I felt this impatience to come towards you as I was just reading this. Yeah, that I can't take this, that one day I'll make this alright, and I need to wait, I need to be patient. I want to do this now. I want to come to you now. Yeah. Okay, Sarah. So, Divine Feminines and Masculines, do let me know, and if you have personal experiences you would like to share, you're most welcome to, and I would love to hear what's going on in your journey. What are the tower moments you are aware of? What about the physical symptoms and all of that? Do let me know, and I look forward to doing another reading for you all very, very soon. Please do write in your questions with regards to letting go. Alright, so a lot of love and light. Bye for now.